We are ready to begin. Now, welcome to the official welcome to Lewashel Imanachia. This is our 101st episode. Our 100 try for success. Okay, and join together with my good friend, Rabbi Menachem. Okay, thank you, Manya. And we also have another guest. And yes, 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 it is one. It is Moshe Matza. Okay, big round of applause for Mr. Moshe Matza. And I think he went to sleep. Okay, okay, just, okay, so today we are going to learn about making matzah. Now, making matzah starts way before your matzah bakery. Welcome to our international local at home matzah bakery. But as you know, matzah starts way before and even the flour even reaches the matzah bakery. And that starts in the field. Our matzah is actually called matzah shmura, which literally means guarded matzah. Yes, you see already the wheat from the field has to be guarded ever so carefully to make sure that it's cut in just the right season. It is not, it's got to be so dry. We can't really use flour from the store. That might be welcome. It's like we don't know that it wasn't dragged through water, a little water didn't drip on it. In fact, shmura matzah, there's two types, but the real one is already from the field. And that's a very important lesson. Isn't that the case, Manya? Yes, yes, very important. This means that it's not just about doing a mitzvah, eating matzah. Hello. It is a way we do the mitzvah. Matzah shmura. It's also the approach from the beginning, not just if you do mitzvah, but how do you do it? Are you bothering someone? Is it disrespecting someone? Are you careful the way you do the mitzvah? Do we do it with love, with love, with and other stuff? You know? Okay, Rabbi Menachem. Now, matzah shmura, as we said, does not only mean if you read it, it could mean matzah is shmura. Matzah is you can actually mean mitzvahs. Because not only should we be careful with the matzahs, but rather every single mitzvah. But let me tell you a little secret, boys and girls. Not only do we as Yidden watch mitzvahs, but mitzvahs watch us. Listen to this incredible story from an amazing farmer in Eretz Yisrael. It was very early. It was just the beginning of the wheat season. And the farmer wanted to leave his wheat for much longer so he would have a much better produce. But the matzah bakers came and they said, the season might be too wet. Let's cut it early. Now, cutting it early might mean a little bit less wheat, a little bit not as good, but you didn't say we want to guard our mitzvahs. We want to make sure our mitzvahs are 100%. And in fact, the farmer cuts down his whole field. What happened next, Monya? Yeah, very good. Bunch of crazy terrorists, they come, they want to make a crazy terrorist to Israel, to Eretz Israel. So once it happens, they come and make tunnel, and they want to pop up in Israel, make surprise, not a fun surprise, my friend. And they come up from their tunnel one fine afternoon, and oh my God, remember that, Menachem? Yes, it was an incredible miracle. What happened is they actually popped up in a field. They were expecting these Arab terrorists were expecting that they should be sneaking in this massive wheat field where they can crawl around and do their not good stuff. But in fact, the crazy miracle happened because the Yidden were careful of their mitzvahs. Not only the Yidden watch their mitzvahs, but the mitzvah watches them. They were protected. All of a sudden, went back in the Tzahal office in their secret security, checking different cameras around there to show. They zoomed in on this field, and they see, you can actually see it. A bunch of Arabs pop out of their uh, little hiding place, and they're looking all around in shock. They expect to be in this wheat field, and Eretz Yisrael, Baruch Hashem, were able to stop the terrorists from doing whatever they wanted to do. And like I said, The mitzvahs watch us. Now, we bring it all the way to the matzah bakery, but first, we got to process it. Okay, yes. So we go take it. After you take it out of the wheat, you make a kernel. So a kernel look like see, there's a shem kernel, like kernel, like a seed from the wheat. Now, you can't really eat it. Well, you don't want to eat it. We need to make this into a flour, not not smelly type. The flour, from the bread flour. So we bring it into our grinder. Now I'm going to show you a very ancient machine, the way they used to do it. This machine is from I think 3 BC, before Corona. Okay, whatever. We're going to make it in the throwing pot, and we're going to grind. Okay, we grind. Oh, who could see the flour? This is millstone. This is actually one of the Lamites Melachas. Don't grind. And this makes very, very fresh, cold flour. I give it away. Okay, make very fresh flour. And now, okay, now, so we have our baker. Now, our bakers be very, very, very careful because matzah has to be done in a perfect way. Don't forget, as soon as it starts baking, it can start becoming chametz. So we're going to do so many things for the matzah. Number one, we're going to be exact on the amount of flour we use. And in a matzah bakery, just depending on how thick the flour is and the weather, they will literally weigh each and every ounce of how much flour goes into every mixture. Now, we told you today, boys and girls, make sure you have your amount that we said, which is 1/2 cup of water and 1 cup of flour. Now, don't forget, in the bakery, we have to actually measure the exact weight of the flour to make sure that the mixture. Yes, I don't have real flour scale, so we make also ancient. This is from 10 BC, from before Corona. And so basically, I stand on scale with the flour. It gets 301 kilos, so I minus 300, so we have 1 kilo. Very good. And okay. So now the baker themselves don't notice that they're all in separate rooms because we want to keep the flour and the water as far as possible from each other. Next we have here is the Mayim Shalanu. It's going to come from a well. Did you know that in bottom of 770, actually they found a wellspring, and that's where the Rebbe was using matzah. Now, Mayim Shalanu means not our water, Shalanu like ours. So my father would always say this joke that it means like unser Wasser, but I actually saw today on the research that some people actually translate it as unser Wasser, but actually Lanu means that it overnighted, it rested, because you see the sun over there. Sometimes the sun beating on the well or whatever it is. At daytime, the water could be a little bit warmer, and that could make your matzah become chametz. So we want it to overnight sleep to get it to good, perfect temperature. Now the Rebbe would actually do twice Mayim Shalanu, one on Beis Nissen, this year Beis Nissen, 100 years of the Rebbe Shabbos Hilula. The Rebbe would make matzah twice because the Rebbe thought about even the Australians, because the Rebbe would make matzah for people that live far away. So we bake it at the beginning of Nissen. And then what we call special matzah's mitzvah. There's a special type of matzah called matzah's mitzvah. That's matzah baked the same day of the Korban Pesach, Erev Pesach. That's very expensive and very special matzah. Do you know that you actually say Hallel if you bake matzah Erev Pesach during the baking? The Rebbeinu do it quite fantastic. And just an interesting note, the Rebbe would do everything in 3. And you describe 3 as a chazaka. The Rebbe was 4 in 3. So you can actually watch when the Rebbe does Mayim Shalanu. The Rebbe would fill up the fart, and you'll see 1, 2, 3, and then fill it up again. 1, 2, 3. 3, the power of Chazaka. And today our 3 representatives here, totally random. I'm totally picking random boys and girls here. Okay, the baby then screams out, "Come on!" And the flour boy gives some flour. Okay, and then he screams out, "Mayim!" And the water girl goes to put in the water, and quickly, the matzah maker is going to make the matzah. Just kidding, he's going to make the dough. And quick. You have to see how quick they do it. And as soon as the dough is ready, they run to the special professional that are trained. It's not actually easy. It's actually a lot harder than you think to make perfectly round matzah. So don't worry if your matzah is not perfectly round. It might end up like a snowman or a cupcake, or if you're lucky, maybe a matzah. So here, I'm going to give everyone a piece of dough. Of course, they have to take off challah, even though challah is coming. So the mitzvah of challah, you still got to take off a piece of dough. I believe the Rebbe also would remove some matzah before Pesach, and we would start immediately. Everyone roll. It's about. Okay, Parents, come roll some matzah. And everyone rolling the matzah in the perfect sort of matzahs. And of course, the matzah mashgiach. So Salapan, and that means that we're doing this for the sake of the mitzvah. We're doing this for the sake of the mitzvah of matzah, because we have to have in mind that we're doing this for Hashem. And then he screams out again, very, very gently. Oh, let's Salapan! Shame matzah's mitzvah for the sake of matzah's mitzvah. After they only have 18 minutes, quickly. And while the Yidden were baking their matzah, of course, the ladies in Mitzrayim were preparing their special tambourines. They were awaiting the special miracles that were going to happen. And they knew it was going to happen. So they all said, this is going to be incredible. And they all prepared and were ready. So, my dear girls and ladies and men and boys, learn from the ladies and girls that they are prepared. And we learn from the children that we are all ready to march out of this college with our matzah, quickly making sure we're under 18 minutes. When you're minutes, you dough quickly. We're going to start making holes. And you could do your holes with your fingers. It'll be probably pretty gooey. Or you're cheating if you're a cheat like me and you get a real clean bowler. Or you can get your forks. And the idea of this is to make sure that your dough doesn't rise. We want to do everything possible to make sure that our matzah is pure. That's the way we want to do Pesach. Get rid of your chametz. Get rid of the Yetzer Hara. Do everything in the right way. Even when we do something good, sometimes our Yetzer Hara sticks his nose in. Like we try to help out our parents, but we make sure our brothers and sisters feel bad about it. We might try to be learning and shouting at everyone else to be quiet and not gentle. Get rid of all our chametz. Make sure our matzah is 1,000,000% pure. And then chuck it in the oven. So best way to do, as I warned, did I warn? This is going to, of course, be chametz stika matzah. So do not save it for Pesach. You should ask a rabbi if you can eat it, because if it's somewhat like matzah, we don't eat that from, at least from Purim. And then we're going to ask them to put it into the oven while our matzah bakes. And make sure your oven is preheated. If not, just put it really, really hot. A real matzah oven is 2,000. Don't cough. 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. I think that's a lot of Celsius too. Very, very hot. Your oven's not going to get that hot. Once again, like I said, once it's in the oven, it actually bakes in seconds. So matzah bakery extremely boiling. And you pop it in, and the matzah bakery literally in a couple of seconds pops out, totally matzafied. And of course, we have our dots. Another reason we do the dots, of course, is that the kids should be busy during the Seder and connect all the dots and figure out what picture's in your matzah. No. Okay, everyone. So that completes part one. And for the rest, for baking, pop that in your oven. And for a wonderful story, of course, the Zohar says that matzah is Michla d'asvasta, Michla d'mamnus, the food of curing and the food of emunah. Watch part two for the end.